Well, we're well into the first week of December, and as you know, 'tis the season of shopping and stuffing. But before you get too stuffed up, let's talk portion control, so you can be merry and mindful. Now, diabetes educator Maureen Wright-Brown joins us this morning. Welcome to Sunrise, Maureen.
Good morning.
Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Listen, viewers, if it seemed I was a little tongue-tied, it's the ham.
Yeah.
But Maureen, I want to say that this segment is of key importance to me. My mother is diabetic, therefore my household is diabetic, because I was once told that it doesn't make sense to say to the diabetic, this is for you, and then everybody else can gulp down what they want. The entire household has to be trained and educated. So I'm very happy to meet you, and I'm sure a lot of Jamaican households will love this segment.
I like that outlook, actually, Raymond. That's quite, telling, because if you don't watch the portions and don't watch the caloric intake and the sugar intake, then you're going to end up being diabetic. So I like that. Yes.
So over to you.
Okay, I'm Maureen Wright-Brown, diabetes educator from Massey Distribution. The season is here upon us, very festive, and we want to let you know that you can enjoy the season despite having diabetes. You can enjoy the season, you can enjoy the food, but what is important is how much you eat at any one time.
Yes.
Usually we say females are entitled to 3 to 4 servings of carbs per meal.
Yes.
And usually for the females, we usually say, okay, if you're an active female, you can have the 4 servings. If you're not active, then it's 3 servings. Males are usually entitled to 4 to 5 servings of carbs per meal. But if you're an inactive male, we usually say have the 4 servings. There are times when I put my male on 3 servings of carb, and it depends on their workload and their age. Usually we say if you're on the construction site of work, then you can have your 5 servings. Today we're here to demonstrate what usually a festive plate look like versus what it should look like. So on my table here, I have rice and peas, I have my potato salad, I have my vegetable, and I have my protein, I have plantain, and I have my ham.
Yes.
Usually for persons with diabetes, what we try to control is the carbs intake, because that is what causes the sugar level to go up. You need your carbs, but you don't need it in a large quantity. We usually say try to have a balanced meal as much as possible. So on the plate, you should have your protein. What your protein does is to help to slow down the rush of sugar going off into the blood.
Yes.
And to make it balanced, you make sure that you have your vegetable.
Yes.
For a plate, we usually say your plates, use your plates. Usually for the plate, half of your plate should be your vegetable. On the other half is cut.
And Maureen, I think you should say that again. Half is not rice, half is a vegetable.
Yes, half of your plate should be your vegetable. On the other half should cut between your carbs and your protein.
Yes.
So let us demonstrate today what the ideal plate should look like versus what it usually look like during this time of the year.
Yes, ma'am.
Very festive, so there's a lot of food on the table. So usually I have an 8-ounce cup here. Usually we say an 8-ounce cup of rice is usually 3 servings of your carbs intake. I'm going to repeat that. An 8-ounce cup of rice is 3 servings of carbs already on your plate. So for persons who are entitled to 3 servings of carbs, if you're going to have rice plus potato plus plantain, then we have to share that in your 3 servings of carbs. So you cannot have the full serving, the full cup of rice and peas if you're going to have other starches on the plate. So let us do half cup of rice.
Oh, wow.
Let me lose my half cup to make sure I get it accurate here.
I can hear somebody's belly saying, Maureen, you could have deal a little more. You could
All right, so this is half cup of rice, and this is a serving of your carbs.
This is probably like punishment.
It's like a big Christmas dinner.
But you know what,
remember,
guys?
you have to accommodate for the other carbs that are going to be on the plate.
Yeah.
So this is my half serving of rice.
Wow.
And I'm going to do half of the potato.
Wow, guys. Marie, normally I one person mash half this, you know.
Yes.
DJ, talk the truth
And
now.
sometimes too.
Sometimes. Yeah, that's not bad. Especially when the rice and peas, Shelly.
Who you asked a while ago?
DJ, all right, yeah.
And then I can do...
You want to hear something? I bet you say...
Brown man?
All right.
Long time.
All right. Yeah, just saying.
Oh, wow. So actually, we're overeating then, Anne-Marie?
We are overeating. And guys, it does not make any sense to stuff yourself, because guess what? The body only uses a small portion for energy. The rest going to store as fat.
Yes.
And at this time, we don't need any added fat.
Yeah.
And usually, most time, dinner comes at the end of the day, towards the end of the day. And what we need to understand that as you reach the end of the day, the activity level decreases.
Yes.
So you're not doing much to be burning all of that carbs. So try not to have too much at any one time. It is best for you to split the meals into 4 to 6 small meals, where you have your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner, and in between you can have a serving of your carbs intake as a snack to fill the gap between each meal.
Very well. So that is the carbs portion.
So this is my carb portion, and as I said, half of it should be your vegetable.
Wow.
I can hear one particular person say, so me, all of a sudden, me must turn rabbit.
Yeah. Well, you're going to
And you do a color range of vegetable to ensure that you're getting all the nutrients.
Right. Oh, wow.
And then you can go with your protein. And as I said, the protein helps to slow down the rush of sugar going off
so your
into the blood.
Doesn't go up
so you don't get
Let's
that
talk
spike.
quickly now about the gravy.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yes
So
or
this
no
is not a bad look.
No.
Gravy or no gravy?
Gravy or no gravy. And just make sure if you're doing your gravy, try not to put any oil, because that is where we're trying not to have. Because remember, you have the oil from the chicken and the oil from the ham.
Oh, wow.
So you don't want too much of the oil.
I have to ask you a question, Anne-Marie. Is Jamaica you come from?
I am from Jamaica right here.
You ever see gravy that don't have oil in there yet?
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Oh, this is pretty though.
It is pretty.
And really and truly, guys, when you look at it, though it may not look like a lot, it is a lot.
Yes, and you use your vegetable to full you up. The fiber from the vegetable will give you that fulling feeling, and also from the protein.
Yeah.
So what we're trying to control is your carbs intake.
Yeah, my thing is we're eating for long life, not belly full, right?
Long life.
And when you juxtapose quality of life with the length of life, they both must match. Because what I find is that, Anne-Marie, a lot of us want to live till we're 1,000, but live how? What kind of life we want to live?
What kind of life? And that is what we're trying to encourage. For the past months, which was Diabetes Month, the theme for Diabetes Month was know your risk, know your response. And that is one of the things that we try to highlight, that do not try to stuff yourself, because there are some risk factors. We are all at risk. That is what I want you guys to know. We are all at risk for type 2 diabetes. Rohan had mentioned that his mother has diabetes, so he is at risk. So he has to take the necessary precaution to prevent it.
Miss?
Not because not because your mother have diabetes means that you have to get it. We can make the necessary precaution.
Me not going to get it, miss. As a matter of fact, when I go for breakfast later, I'm only eating one dumpling.
And a very small dumpling.
And that is it. We don't want you to undereat, but at the same time, we don't want you to overeat. So what we want is a balance between the input and the output. What you're putting in and the activity that you're doing to burn it.
Thank you very much, Anne-Marie. It was an honor and very important talking with you this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. It's the season for gift giving. So how about the gift of blood this Christmas? More on that right after the break.
Thanks, Anne-Marie.